Ollie, you said before the game it was an opportunity. Just how magnificently did your side take it?
Oh, of course, when you come away with a 2-0 win, another clean sheet and a performance like this, you're delighted, of course. We knew it was a challenge. Of course, the first goal dictates a lot of what's happening out there. We could play more on the result. I didn't like us coming into half-time. We played too much on the result that we were winning. Second half, again, we got on the ball a bit more, and what a second goal. Fantastic.
Was everything about you today what was missing in the previous 3 games? They were like chalk and cheese.
Yeah, but, you know, you play against a team and that every game's different. But that is... We've gone back to a little bit what we want to be as well. That is more direct, more straightforward, attacking players, being positive, get at them. I thought Anthony was absolutely superb today. He was more of the Anthony of old. He turns, gets hold of it, and to think that he was a doubt this morning, he was until 2 hours or after the warm-up. To be fair, I wasn't sure if he was going to play or not. So fantastic. That was the same with Luke.
When you see Anthony Martial in that mood, virtually unplayable at times, it begs the question: why don't we see it more often?
It's football, isn't it? And of course today he rediscovered himself. I feel. He was really strong on the ball, positive, and that's about. We have to be positive. We have to be a positive team. We want to play at a high tempo, of course we do, but we had to defend well. You've got to defend so you can attack spaces that appear.
Was there a collective hunger there today for all to see?
Yeah, we have to be. No one in the world of football, no team has got a chance against them without being a collective and a hungry team. And you have to defend really well, but you have to be positive as well on the ball.
What do you say about Dean Henderson's second clean sheet and also his part in Luke Shaw's goal?
He's top. He's just growing, mature, getting more and more mature. So very, very happy with him, and just his presence out there. You know, there's a future top keeper there. Realistically,
was this terrific 3 points as it was today about securing Champions League football rather than chasing Manchester City down? Or do you still have hopes?
Nah, we just take one game at a time. Of course, they're too far ahead to think that we should catch them. Last year we caught 15 points up at Leicester, but of course these are a different proposition. They've been excellent, and even today, you know, they do put you under so much pressure that you see you playing against a very, very good team.
Well done to you, Ollie.
Thank you. Cheers.
Interesting. Martial didn't even think he'd make it after the warm-up. And he's played a big part in what he says is a collective effort.
Yeah, well, it has to be. As he said, going to Man City, it's such a great team. I know they had an off day today, but you have to be together. You have to be a right team when you go to a place like that to get anything out of it. As we saw the clip before with almost 10 bodies behind the ball, stopping City going through the middle. That's what you need. At some point, you're going to have to dig in against a special team, but going the other way as well. Surprisingly, they were very good. We've seen the last 3 games. Hardly created a chance, really. But today, against the Manchester City team, I thought they were excellent on the counter-attack. I thought Martial was really good, as he said in the interview. He's not scored today. He had a great chance to score, but it was the other things he did. He was a real threat. He was working hard. And he has got quality. I really like him. I think he's suffered the last 10 or so games with confidence more than anything, but no, the lad has got real ability. He should have scored today, probably. Had a great chance to keep himself on the left-hand side. This is the one where really a ruthless centre-forward in a game where it could be tight. No, that could be costly.
Crucial, couldn't it?
That could be really costly. And he's got to still get that Michael's, that nastiness, not nastiness, that ruthlessness where if you get one chance...
He's only bothered about goals and nobody else, is that what you're trying to say?
Well, yeah, well, centre-forward's selfish. I didn't want to say selfish, but yeah, that's... No, I don't mean so. No, I mean be ruthless, because when you go to Manchester City, that might be the only chance you get. And someone like Michael, they take it, they know that, they understand that, look, I've got to be ready. I've got to be ready. If I get one chance, I've got to put it away. And I don't think he's got that streak in him. But I think if he does get that streak in him, this is a lad who could score you 25, 30 goals a season.
But here's the question. Can he develop that, or is it either in you or not in you?
ruthless, like a ruthless attitude is in you. I don't think you can develop. You can be a better finisher, and I actually think if he was on the other side, he would have finished it. That far post slot, he's got a little curl in finish that he's almost got to a T. He doesn't often get into this position where he's sort of inside right, and then he's either got to whip it into the far corner or go for the near post. I mean, I thought it was a far corner finish, that one, and he went for the near post. But as I say, if he was there on the other side, I would have fancied him all day long because he's got that one in the locker.
And City have succumbed, Sean, to this wonderful away record that they've got now. They might have broken City's winning run, but they've 22 away from home, and they're closing in on Arsenal's record of 27. The way they play, as unfortunately City have seen today, is so suited to the counter-attack away from home.
Yeah, well, they like we've said, they have the quality of players within Rashford and James today, and Martial when he plays. They have the array of attacking players to play on the break. If it comes out from the keeper, they all spin, they all go. If it's a quick break, they pop it around, they run in behind, and they're a difficult team to deal with. Then they sit deep and they'll soak up pressure, especially if they defend the way they defended today, where City couldn't break them down. They was compact. Everything had to be from crosses, which they would eat up against City. So against a lot of teams, they're really going to struggle against that.
How today did it finish?
Well, we played a fantastic game, a lot of shots. Starting that way punishes a lot when a team like, since many years, just, defend set back for the counter-attack. They make an incredible high pressing. This action, defend back. And with the counter-attack, and they are so fast, so paced, the history, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, the history from Man United, no? The counter-attack, the pace. But we played good, apart the first 10 minutes. But you did a real game, and unfortunately we could not be clinical up front, and congratulate United.
So it almost comes as a shock. I think it's November's last time you went behind in a game.
Today we're going to talk about, because we lost, and will be the news. But the news is 21 victories in a row. This is the news. This result is going to help us a lot to understand how difficult it is. We knew it, but sometimes you have to win one game to realize. And the important is the next one, recover well, and the same way we said many times, still a lot of games to play, 30 points to play. You have to start to win again, and next game have opportunity to do it.
Did the timing of their goals make it more difficult? Obviously, the first one was in the first minute, but you get in at half-time, reset, and then concede again quickly in the second half.
Yeah, it's tough, yeah. Before you have a shoot in the crossbar from Rodri, and after, the goal, they did it, so yeah, but it's football. Sometimes happen. You have to overcome. And except after the goal was the 5 minutes that we were not. But after that, we take the game, and we play really good at the normal that we are playing. We play, for example, much better than the game against West Ham, for example, that we won. Like West Ham deserved maybe more than we got. But yeah, congratulate United and think the next one.
You had words with Ollie on the touchline. Was your point, look, you put the ball out, it's not up to us to wait till you're ready?
No problem. It's solved.
So what would the approach be with your players? Look, we beat today, as you said, but you should be really proud of a 21-game run.
Yeah, but it's the same. When we won one game, I said next one. This is what we have to do. Now we lose a game, it's next one. It's the same argument, and realize that when we make 21, the results we have done is we won't continue to do it. We play to do it. Will be a good lesson, no concede the goal that we concede. So when we lost against Leicester here 1-5, we give 3 penalties, again another penalty. So we were incredible settled, so it's not a dangerous situation to do it. Always we have the keeper to save it. And but our desire to do it well, sometimes, we extra limitate the action and start against United. With this situation is not easy, but a part of this we play really well. Even after 0-2, we play really well. We concede few counterattacks. Yeah, it's normal. So United is really good on this. The moment we'll start to attack defense deep, will be a fantastic, incredible team.
Thanks, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Over him, and for Manchester United, that flying start after 33 seconds. It caught City out, though. Sure, no complaints about the awarding of the penalty, first of all.
Most definitely not. It was definitely a penalty. It was the eagerness of Jesus, as you see him, to try and win the ball back. But I think there he got a bit too carried away because there was enough players around him where I didn't think he needed to engage in the first place. He just needed to be aware. But it happens. Penalty was rewarded, and Fernandes stepped up and puts it in the back corner.
Yeah, centre forward on centre forward.
Yeah, well, as Michael.
Be careful what you say, Scholes.
I'd normally say centre forward should never tackle. Not sure I ever saw Michael tackle, to be fair. And probably that's why the most sensible thing to do. And as Sean said, he's too eager to win the ball back. He's made a bad mistake. He's given the ball away, and he's just too keen to get the ball back. And
Could Ederson have got closer? Maybe kept that out, Sean?
I don't know. Scholes said, like, maybe the pace took it past him, which I could possibly agree with, but I'm not a goalie. But from my view, I think if you get that much of a hand, I feel like he could have done a bit better. But it happens. It's football, and it's the way it went today.
OK, and that was 18 out of 19 penalties for Bruno Fernandes. 2-0, unlikely source, Luke Shaw.
It was a very unlikely source and a very good goal as well. Caught Manchester City on the counter-attack. We'll look at it in a bit more depth in a second, but good penetrating run from Shaw. Lets go of the ball at the right time to Rashford. He then gives it him back, and it's clean, this strike, but clean enough to find the corner. Very, very good goal. Manchester United have been good on the counter-attack at the Etihad in recent seasons.
And how important is it that other players weigh in with goals in other areas of the pitch?
Yeah, we have to. We said that, especially in a big game. Everybody seems to be thinking about Fernandes especially. Rashford and Martial, I suppose, as well. But it's nice that other players chip in. As Michael said, it wasn't the cleanest of strikes, but it comes to a few bodies as well. So, look, people need to chip in. If you're going to win big games, you're going to win against these big teams, go to City. You can't just rely on the same players all the time. And United today were very good and really deserved that. And as long as they get these players chip in, they'll win a lot more big games.
Started with the goalkeeper as well, Ian Henderson.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we take a closer look at that second goal because it is quite interesting. It's a free kick from Manchester City, and often you can be a little bit confused in terms of how you set up once you give away possession. You see John Stones in the goal here because he's a really important part of this move. Now, watch John Stones getting back. But when we look at this now, all of a sudden you've got 2v1 down here and you've got 2v1 on the far side, and you've got all the men. Manchester City have got men ready to press. He thinks it's going to come out here or go out here to Maguire or Lindelof. But then, as we see, we've got 2v1 in the full-back positions, and that's where it is. That's where it starts. Again, I bring your attention, John Stones here. He's trying to get back, and this man here, Cancelo, he can't go anywhere until John Stones is back. So when we roll it in here, I think John Stones should be making a run towards Cancelo a little bit more to allow this to happen. As it is, Cancelo just has to wait and wait and wait. He knows it's going there, but he can't go and commit himself. And if we roll it on here, we see the goalkeeper. He spots it. He spots Luke Shaw. Cancelo, can he leave it? Can he stick? Can he twist? He's not even sure, because if we just run it on again, he almost makes a little... He goes and he stops and then he goes again. You just see there. And once he's done that, once he's out of the game, then City have got big, big problems. And then, Scholesy, it's all down to Luke Shaw.
Yeah, it's all down to Luke Shaw. What Cancelo's doing, I'm not too sure. He commits himself and he's out of the game. It was almost as if Henderson was sucking them onto him. Saying, come on. I'll throw it to one of these. You can come and get a mistake. Yeah. And all of a sudden, he throws it over. He's took 5 or 6 players out of the game already. And as Michael said, Luke Shaw's onto the back four. Crazy bit of defending from Cancelo, and Luke does the rest. And
it's not often we see teams do that to Manchester City, Sean.
No, it's not that often, but I think if you defend that well and you're stubborn in your defence and resilient, opportunities are going to come up. And when you have the quality that Luke Shaw showed today, where he's driving past players powerful, and as Paul said, he's taking players out the game without passing a ball. So it was bound to happen at some point. I'm just personally gutted it happened today.
He's honest. City have got 55 goals in their 21 wins. What about the way United set up defensively to get that clean sheet today?
Well, I think a big thing today was that getting the midfield area out against Manchester City. And United did that. I think McTominay and Fred had a big job on their hands today. This bit here is about really stopping them going through the middle. You see how tight, how compact they are there. There's no space whatsoever. If you want to play the ball wide, then great, that's up to you. But look at the body they've got in there. It's virtually impossible for to get a shot off. And here's McTominay and Fred now playing in these areas in between the full-back and the centre-half where City can be really dominant. They overload teams. And Scott McTominay's job was to be in that position on the right-hand side to stop De Bruyne. And Fred, as you see on this side, he's doing exactly the same to Gundogan. And it worked perfectly. And every time they did that, they won the ball off that and then they managed to break as well. And look, Manchester City players, the best players are obviously De Bruyne and Gundogan. So you stop them. You do go a long way to stopping City. We know they've got other players, we know that. But that was the key today, stopping their two best players. And you have to say, they didn't really have an influence on the game today, and the plan worked perfectly.
I wonder as well, Scholesy, in terms of Manchester City, the way they've played, the way they've changed, as we see Manchester United defending in numbers, inside. And I just wonder whether the way they've changed now with Cancelo actually coming into midfield, you see far less overlapping from Manchester City. So I just wonder whether defending that central area is even more important now, because they used to overlap, get 2v1s against you. I just wonder whether you defend centrally and send them out wide, they're less dangerous than they've ever been.
Yeah, I totally agree, because as you said, it used to be get out to the wide player and all of a sudden the full-back's going, but totally different with Cancelo coming in the midfield. It almost made it a little bit easier for Man United to play against, but they knew they didn't have to go anywhere. They'd just keep compact, keep that middle area tight, and out wide wasn't really going to hurt them. And you have to say the plan just worked perfectly today.
Yeah, and we've talked time and time again about Pep Guardiola's tactical nous getting the better of so many managers. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done it 3 seasons running now at the Etihad in this derby.
Yeah, he seemed to have the better of him at the Etihad. I think the way it was set up today, I think it was a bit difficult, especially with Cancelo coming inside. You noticed he took Cancelo off towards the end to use Walker's pace. I think maybe it would have been better to start with Walker just to kind of hold off the counter-attack if they do break the way they do. But he went with that, and it didn't work for whatever reason it was, but the main focus was in the final third. Their passes weren't accurate enough, and it seemed like they was picking the wrong options, to be honest with you, there, and not taking shots when they possibly could have.